Euroscepticism, which refers to opposition to the powers of the European Union, has been a growing phenomenon ever since the United Kingdom joined in 1973. After the Second World War, Winston Churchill gave his vision of a kind of United States of Europe, but he saw France and Germany, not the UK, being at its heart. His vision, I quote, "to recreate the European family, or as much of it as we can, to provide it with a structure under which it can dwell in peace, in safety and in freedom. We must build a kind of United States of Europe. In this way only will hundreds of millions of toilers be able to regain the simple joys and hopes which make life worth living." Successive Tory, which is another word for conservative, and Labour British governments then stood back as those two nations led the way, forming the European Coal and Steel Community in 1951 and then the European Economic Community 6 years later. A Tory Prime Minister, Harold Macmillan, applied for membership in 1961 as exclusion from the EEC would be harmful to the UK. He said, "It is sometimes alleged that we would lose all our national identity by joining the European community and become a mere province of Europe. It is true, of course, that political unity is a central aim of these European countries, and we would naturally accept that ultimate goal. But the effects on our position of joining Europe have been much exaggerated by the critics." However, French President Charles de Gaulle vetoed the application for a decade because he believed the British would torpedo the project. It was not until 1973 that Edward Heath's Tory government took Britain in. He declared, "But tonight, when this House endorses this motion, many millions of people right across the world will rejoice that we have taken our rightful place in a truly united Europe." In 1975, the people voted to stay in the Union when a part of Labour campaigned to leave it, fearing the UK may lose its independence. The centre of gravity shifted in both main parties towards the end of the 1980s. Conservative Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's fall was accelerated by her being in favour of the limitation of Europe's ambitions at a time when Labour embraced a social Europe. In her famous Bruges speech in 1988, she declared, "To try to suppress nationhood and concentrate power at the centre of a European conglomerate would be highly damaging and would jeopardise the objectives we seek to achieve." As more European treaties from Amsterdam to Lisbon brought ever deeper integration, Tory Eurosceptics began to talk openly of EU exit. In 2016, under their pressure, Prime Minister David Cameron proposed an in-out referendum. The results were to lead to Brexit, namely the withdrawal of the UK from the EU on January 31st, 2020. The deal, reached by Boris Johnson, contained new rules on how the UK and Europe will live, work and trade together.